From our Center for Our Arts studio, this is your Ashland University Eagle News Update. I'm Connor Dunwoodie.
And I'm Logan Gay. Thanks for joining us.
AU Science students now have a new place to study after the classroom at the Black Fork Wetlands was officially opened on October 30th.
We've been doing research projects out here for years, but always the limitations of just the work involved in getting out here and setting up everything and doing what we needed to do. This building is going to make all of that just so much more easy to do and much more appealing in some ways.
Faculty members, students, and donors were all in attendance for the event. The new classroom building will allow AU students to research the wetlands of north central Ohio. The building is designed to accommodate wet students and equipment, plus the occasional flood. The classroom will also be used for educational outings with high school, middle school, and elementary school students, plus other community organizations. Development of the area into an educational resource began back in 2007 and was funded through donations and grants.
AU faculty are voicing their opinions about recent faculty cuts and other changes at the institution. Members of the Faculty Senate leadership sat down with Chelsi Howman on the CAS Spotlight. They discussed how the faculty reacted to news that their colleagues were being cut.
Kind of first off, we just didn't understand why the decisions had to be made that way, why faculty had to let go, and then also why those particular faculty. I mean, so kind of first of all was just shock, I think. For a few days, I think people were just, why did this happen? Why did this particular thing have to happen? I mean, the kind of, we're a family, and you, even though it wasn't happening right then, but to know that at the end of the year, 15 members from our faculty plus some retirements on top of that would be affecting us was just surprising, shocking, sad, all of that.
Chelsi, if I can add
Absolutely.
to that, I think what Gordon's point is really important. The faculty who were non-renewed, it does not mean that they were unproductive. It does not mean that they weren't good professors and good teachers. So I would hope that no one would read into that and say, oh, if my professor got non-renewed or my colleague got non-renewed, it must be because they just don't deserve to be here. That's just not true. That's not the basis. It wasn't the individual merit of particular professors that was one of the criteria. So it doesn't mean that they were unproductive, or it doesn't mean they weren't a good professor.
You can see the episode in its entirety right now on AUTV20. Interim Provost Doug Fiore also appeared on another episode of The Spotlight. Students will get their chance to speak on CAS Spotlight in an upcoming episode. You can see all 3 editions on AUTV20 starting next week.
Journalism and digital media students had a chance to interact with a Pulitzer Prize finalist. Author Ben Montgomery came to AU Wednesday night to talk to students about his recent book.
I wanted to write the book in order to reintroduce America to this woman who captured attention across the country in 1955 by doing the astonishing thing of taking a 2,050-mile walk and becoming the first woman to solo through hike the Appalachian Trail. I wanted to bring her to life and try to stake out her place in the pantheon of great Americans. I have been looking for lots of opportunities to introduce residents of the state of Ohio to Emma's story. Many people know her here, but I'm not sure how many people know that this biography is out. And so I've been in search for those kinds of opportunities, and I just happen to know Matt Tullis, who's a journalism professor here, who invited me to come speak to his classes and try to sell the book a little bit around campus.
Description of what each chapter will be.
Montgomery read from his book, Grandma Gatewood's Walk. Students and community members had a chance to listen and also ask questions. He talked to the audience about how the book came about and why he chose to write it. Following the discussion, Montgomery signed copies of his book.
That's it for this Ashland University Eagle News Update. Thanks for joining us. I'm Logan Gay.
And I'm Connor Dunwoodie. Have a great day.